You know what's worse than a concealment build conqueror? A concealment build Goliath with a torpedo squad camouflage. What could go wrong? Oh hi gozaimasu, Romi-sama here and welcome back to my channel. Today we got another British ship that needs attention due to couple flaws. However, there's one thing that can change this ship from being so bad in the game to mediocre, and based on the intro you'll see, a torpedo squad concealment build Goliath. As much stupid as it is, I perform way better with this camo rather than the historic camo due to more concealment and traverse speed. In addition, you can stealth torp because of increased torpedo range. But this is not her main choice of weaponry, as she can only launch 4 torpedoes per side. Her best part is the main guns. Having the second best raw alpha damage and great dispersion, she can devastate cruisers and destroyers. However, the downfall is her DPM and range. At 11.4 kilometers with her rate of fire of 51 rounds per minute, she can easily be outranged and outgunned by mostly every cruiser. This is where concealment comes in play. At 8 kilometers, your maximum dispersion is below 200 meters, which is a perfect number to score multiple hits towards cruisers. Also, with the vertical dispersion down to 45.4 meters, it gets much easier. In addition, you have high HP among the most meta ships and an additional repair kit to keep you in battle. As for destroyers, you can still pen them, but once you get close to 6 kilometers, you will need to switch to HE as you will begin over-penetrating them. Battleships, you have to use HE as you can't pen their decks at all unless it is a Conqueror Republic, also Thunder as well. As you have the high fire chance in Alpha, you can burn them easily when targeting at their superstructure or deck. Enough with the specs and tips. I would like to commentate this gameplay because you do not want to be this Brudinski, as she just got easily eliminated by our team due to exposing broadside to us. Well, that's not the reason. The reason is the importance of maintaining cap, as you'll see throughout this video. As you can see on the map, there are 2 destroyers and me holding cap, while the enemy Vermont is the only ship attempting to contest this cap. Because Vermont have 120mm of deck armor, I had to fire my salvo in order to switch to HE. At that time, I got detected, so I decided to angle my ship to minimize the damage. However, upon zooming in, the player, Captain Hook, is not targeting me. Instead, he is shooting down our Z-52, which he ended up getting the kill. I began pushing forward into the cap since I know there is no destroyer in the cap, and began shooting HE at Captain Hook. Because of our destroyers heading towards the enemy carrier, he starts to angle and target our destroyer. I activate my smoke in fears of other Vermont targeting me, but instead, all the enemy team are too focused on targeting ships outside the cap rather than me, who is holding cap. I took note that the enemy Shinmikaze is heading towards our carrier, which is no surprise as she took down without hesitation. While that Frisian and the other destroyer is on the top right of the map, so I know I can push freely once the smoke expires. As you saw, I did end up switching to AP because I want to target Captain Hook on the bow, which as you can see on this first salvo, 5 non-penetrations at her deck with some penetration as the rounds did hit at her bow. I push forward so I can easily target Vermont's bow, and at my second salvo, I begin to achieve full penetration. As I am ready for my next salvo, the enemy midway is in my shooting range, so I target her instead of Vermont and steal the kill. There are a couple half penetration because midway has 90mm of deck armor, but it is enough damage to take him out. As me and our Fletcher will be finishing off Captain Hook, there will be 3 destroyers and a Vermont outside the cap and pretty much finish this match. Even if they make a comeback by sinking every ship except one, they will still lose because they failed to cap in the first couple minutes. I remain to cap the entire game and shoot any destroyers who ever come close to the cap. So, my overall review about Goliath, a buff is needed to make her a great ship. I do enjoy a few games with her, but out of 15 battles, only 2 I score over 80,000 damage, which is this gameplay and one where most are bots. Majority of the time, I got an average of 50,000, which is the worst average I ever scored in tier 10. I would recommend decreasing the reload time down to 12.5 seconds. This will encourage her to give a fighting chance to take down light cruisers with stealth-like capabilities, which is her unique part of British heavy cruisers. The penetration will remain where it is because the main objective for Goliath is to take down HE spamming ships like Rooster, Alexander Nevsky, Smolensk, Colbert, and gunboats. But Goliath cannot take down battleships, large cruisers, American TO3s, and Hindenburg as they are her weaknesses. Anyways, that is enough for me today. I hope you enjoyed this gameplay with some in-game commentary. Remember to comment down with the hashtag #BuffTheBritish because there's more British ships that does need buffing, and the recent one, Thunderer, may need some depending on how she performs in a couple of games. Be sure to shoot the like button as well as tapping the subscribe button, on the notification bell for more WOWSBlitz content, and enjoy the last couple minutes of this gameplay. Jane.